So I'm about to smoke some Kahawai fillets. Basically it's been in a brine for a week. I like to leave mine in there for at least 5 days. But you can see here I've just basically cut those fillets off the bone. You can leave it, the whole thing in there, but yeah, just for ease of smoking, I just cut the two off. So I've pretty much just put, maybe in this small container, I've put about 3 or 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then just like salted the fillets quite generously. So I've got one of these warehouse smokers, hot smoker, and I guess the main thing with smoking is making sure that you use the right amount of chips and the right amount of fuel to cook, because you don't want to overcook it. So I'm just going to take this off. See here, I've just got the one tray in there. I'm going to use the low tray because I'm only going to do one row. Whereas if you did quite a few, if you use the top tray, then obviously you want to put more chips in there and cook it for longer. So one of the main things to remember is not to use much chips. So I've got about a handful there. I'm going to do one more handful, or maybe 1.5. You don't want to fill the whole thing up. If you do the whole lot, it's going to taste yuck. It's going to be super bitter from all the smoke. And then one trick that I learned from another YouTuber was to use water. Just slows down the amount of smoke. So I've just put 2-3 handfuls in there, just to slow down the amount of smoke. Well, fuck, I don't know what the technical thing is, but it just definitely tastes better. So now what you want to do is I put these tinfoil things in here, and that's just so that any liquid that comes off it doesn't go to the smoker, so then it's easier to clean. So I've patted all of these fillets down so that they're as dry as possible, and the purpose of the brine is just to I guess flavor the fillets, and also to draw out all the moisture, because the Kahawai fillets can be quite wet. So I'm just going to salt these pretty generously. Yeah, I guess you just have to do it to taste. And then use the brown sugar. Again, you have to do this to taste. Like if you don't like it nice and sweet, then I'll put less sugar on. It depends on what you're going to use it for. Like if you want to use it for fish pie, or you just want to eat it like that, then if you want to eat it like that, I reckon a lot of more sugar is better. But if you want to use it for cooking, then you got to remember that sugar is going to change the flavor of the fillets. So again, yeah, you got to do it to taste. Some people put pepper, some people put paprika on it and that. I've tried a whole bunch of different things like curry powder and all that, but I reckon the sugar and the salt is the best. Put more salt in there. That's done. Okay, so the last thing to do is the fuel. I've got so you want a clean burning fuel. So I've got this methylated spirits, and because the fillets are pretty thick, it was quite a decent sized Kahawai, I'm going to fill almost to the top the tray. Remember, you can always cook it for longer, but if you overcook it, yeah, it's gonna taste like shit, especially Kahawai. So start off with less, and just put in a bit more fuel, cook it longer if you need to. Actually, I'll put a little bit more in there, the ground's not one. The other thing to remember is to have a hose nearby. I've used the smoker before, and the grass is caught on fire underneath. So yeah, from a safety perspective, just make sure you've got something close by. Cool, I'm gonna cook this until it's done, and then you just like look in the side of these holes over here to see whether or not the flame's still on. and then yeah, when it's done, pull it out, check it, and then if it's all good, then yeah, eat it. Oh, one other thing is the lid tends to, once it gets hot, it starts curling, and so a lot of the smoke will come out. So I've just put a brick on top just to hold the lid on, so that none of the smoke escapes. I don't know if you just heard that, but that was the tin bending. And there's my hose over there and some water over here just in case the ground catches on fire. So this is still going. It's been about 10 minutes, but one thing I just remembered was it's a pro tip: don't smoke your kahawai near the clothes on the clothesline, otherwise your clothes are going to smell like smoke. And also I've got one of these containers here, picked that up from the warehouse. Like, it fits the smoker inside it perfectly, so if you're like traveling and you're going camping or whatever, it's a good place to put it in there, because then it holds all the smell of the smoke inside, and then you can put it in the car for your other gear. Yeah, I really recommend that one. But yeah, this is almost done. You might be able to see a few of the flames underneath there, maybe not, but yeah, it's still burning pretty hard. So I'm guessing it's probably got about another 5 minutes left. Okay, that's done now. I think it's been on there for about 15 17 minutes, so I should be done. Another pro tip: do not touch the box, the smoker, with your hands. It's burning hot. I'm just gonna check this brick. Sometimes the brick's too hot to pick up, but that one's all good. So I'm gonna use these barbecue tongs here just to lift it up. Boom. Man, those are looking good. I can tell it's fully cooked. You can see the meat kind of rises. Just pulling that back a bit there, so you can see that there's fully cooked right through. The thing with this is practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get. The more you understand how many chips to use, how long to cook it for. Yeah, so just get out there, catch some fish, and get smoky, my boy. Thanks.